I'm Jim Gordon, and I'm here at the offices of the Richmond Sentinel to bring you an important segment on the 2022 municipal elections here in Richmond. We've invited all the candidates to share with you, our viewers, why they're running and who they are, and why they want to serve the city of Richmond. Every candidate that accepted our invitation will be given the opportunity to share their views. Get to know the candidates here in Richmond and make an educated decision before you vote. Now, let's get started. Joining us now is Eric Young. He's with Richmond United and is running for council for the first time. Eric, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
You're quite welcome, sir. Okay, as we're doing with everybody, let's take some time and you tell our viewers a bit about yourself and why you're running.
So, my name's Eric Young, and I've chosen to run for council this time because I think it's a crime that we can't afford, or many people can't afford, to live in Richmond. The issues are complex, and I saw some of them firsthand when I served as school board for 2 years, for 2 terms. We've had a declining student population, and part of that is due to housing affordability. And it's gotten worse in the last few years, and I'm one of very few of my graduating class from Richmond Secondary that still live in Richmond. And I think it takes a willingness to listen and explore all possibilities. I don't think there's any one right solution for this one. I think we're going to have to explore many of the facets, from rental to below market housing to co-ops to supply building, whatnot. That's coming up.
Yeah, well, let's talk in more detail about that. We're using the phrase attainable or affordable housing, as many people say. It's a cliched phrase, but
I prefer sustainable.
Sustainable is another great. But as you said, there's so many facets to it, and not one peg fits every hole. Give us a brief idea of what you would do, or what you'd like to try to implement, were you a councillor.
So one size fits all absolutely doesn't work. If all we build are studios and 1-bedrooms, we're never going to get growing families in Richmond. And what's worse is if we also put all of these in affordable locations, which almost inevitably mean we're not in the center of the city, not where amenities are, they're going to be less desirable locations, and then we have an urban planning problem. I think we need to look at gentle densification, which some on council have already looked at, but I think we need to pursue some of that. I don't think we need to be hold the concept of a single-family detached house sacred, but at the same time, I think everyone deserves the ability to own a house in Richmond.
One of the other issues we're discussing is crime and safety. Every city, every town in this province, Lower Mainland as well, is experiencing this. Again, you're a councillor. What do you see and what would you want to implement that hasn't been put into place?
So I joined my local block watch, as many of us have, as we have noticed an increase in petty theft in some of our neighborhoods, and also some more serious issues that have come by in the last few years. I think that part of the solution is knowing your neighbors, which Blockwatch does very well. It helps to know that so-and-so is away, and it helps to know that where your neighbors are, where they aren't, and what they're doing. But on top of that, I think a liaison with the RCMP. We uniquely have the RCMP, not our own police force, in Richmond, and I think a community liaison where we can alert the police to situations in the neighborhood and helpfully have them patrol more often, especially at times where the nature of the situation, where early in the morning, late in the evening, where some crimes will take place, could be very useful.
Eric Young, he's running for council representing Richmond United. Eric Young, thank you for coming in and giving us your thoughts.
Thank you.
And that does it for this edition of the Richmond Sentinel Spotlights on the candidates that are running in the next election, October 15th. Please educate yourself and vote on that day. For more details, and if you want to see more videos, please go to the Richmond Sentinel website. It's richmondsentinel.ca.